Hello, everyone. It's me, Simply Smiling. Time for some Simply Chatting today. So, today I wanted to come on and talk about focusing on feelings. A feeling or many feelings. For me, it's different ones pertaining to my journey. The first feeling I have to deal with, I want to talk about sometimes, is frustration. So I do all I can. We do all we can that's right for our journey. We're exercising, we're eating right, we're getting the proper sleep, we're drinking the water, and then we weigh in and the scale number does not move. Okay, frustration will set in. For some, it does not. For me, it used to. It does not now, and I found an alternative, which I'm going to share with you guys. So what I decided to do was check, what am I eating? Okay, I'm within my points, but what am I actually eating? It turned out I was eating too much salt. Salt causes you to bloat. I was eating too many of the frozen processed foods. I've cut those down to maybe two a week, if at all. It's always best, of course, to cook your food if you can. But those would work in a crunch, but maybe no more than two a week. So I had to look at my sodium intake. I also had to look at water. Am I getting enough water or too much water? That can go either way. So you need to find out, like I did, how much water is good for you. How much water do you actually need to drink? I actually did some app on online. I can't remember right now. I'll try to remember and post it later. Where I put in my measurements, my age, my gender, my race even. And it told me exactly how much water I needed a week according to the weight per poundage that I was trying to lose ultimately. So when a number does not move, focus on the feelings, the good feelings about that. I had better mood swings, even though I knew the scale didn't move, even though I knew I was losing inches, I found a happy place in the frustration. My mood swings were better, much, much better. My whole attitude got better. So I'm focusing on better feelings in the midst of frustration. Frustration can be a bad feeling to have when you're on a journey, any type of journey, but especially on a weight loss journey, a healthy journey. Frustration will hold you back from reaching all of your goals, will hold you back from being the happy person that you could possibly be. Because when you get frustrated on a journey such as this, you get frustrated with yourself. We are our toughest critics, okay? It's best to get compliments from other people because they'll make you feel better, you know. We can't compliment ourselves sometimes because we're stuck in frustration, because the number's not moving fast enough or not at all. So try not to focus on that scale so much. Don't give the scale so much credit when you do all the work. Don't let that scale guide, ruin, or break your journey. And if it does, if you get in frustration, focus on good moods. Try to focus on something positive about your journey. And celebration, get in celebration mood and celebrate every single thing that you do that's right. No matter how small. Nothing's too small to celebrate. I would celebrate anything. I'd get up and I would celebrate the fact that the sun is shining today. I can get out. That's cause for celebration and action. Put action to everything that makes you happy. Put an action to it. So celebrate everything. Try not to be frustrated, in frustration mood. Because when you feel real bad about your journey, the best thing that you can do, the best thing that I did when I started to feel bad about my journey was to focus on my good things, focus on what I love about me. There was a point in time in life, and I still catch this in my mind sometimes. I have to dish it down. I used to complain about my arms. They are too big. I called my arms all kind of names, bat wings, wings, or hot wings. It didn't even matter, but they were wings because I feel like I can fly with my arms. But you know, I had to appreciate myself. So get into the feeling of appreciation for your journey. Appreciate yourself more. What turned me around was when I met this lady, a great singer, came to my church, and she only had one arm. And she could sing. That put me right in my place really quick. Someone would love to have what they don't have if you have it to give away, if you don't appreciate it. Someone would love to have it. And I felt really convicted and really bad. So what I do now is try to tone up my arms and appreciate the fact that I have two arms. Two arms to hug my grandkids. Two arms to drive. Two arms to pick up objects. Two arms to take care of myself. Two arms to do my hair. And makeup if you wear it. Two arms to do your makeup. I mean, you have to appreciate what you have without criticizing what you have. Okay? A lot of times, too, the feeling of criticism comes from friends and family members. Oh, what have you let yourself get into? Oh, what have you done? Why are you this way? Why are you that way? When they criticize you from the outside, it's okay. You can criticize yourself, but fix it. Okay? They don't have the power to fix you or me. So when outsiders criticize me, I tell myself, brush it off. Let it go. They're not happy. Okay? A lot of people on the outside will be totally opinionated about your journey. It's either they need the journey too, and sometimes the feeling of jealousy sets in. Once they see that you're working that thing and working that program, sometimes your family members and friends even will have that feeling of jealousy. That's another feeling that you may have to deal with coming from the outside. But most people are usually just a reflection of their own self. Don't take criticism to heart. Don't let it hurt you. You know, I was always a fat little kid, but I kept eating cookies with my skinny sisters. It didn't bother me until I got older. Of course, you go through adolescence and you want to look a certain way. But the thing too is to deal with that as well. But don't let criticism from others drive you to do what's right, because it won't last. You'll be a people pleaser. Let your drive be what's inside of you and where you need to get to and where we need to go. Speaking to myself as well. But remember, the feeling of criticism from outsiders is a reflection of them. They're not happy. They can't possibly be. They cannot possibly be, or they wouldn't say the things, the hurtful things that they can say sometimes. It's okay to have happy feelings towards your friends, but make sure those are your real friends. A happy feeling is the best feeling to focus on. Happiness brings you joy. Happiness makes you smile. Happiness would take you places where you never thought you could go. But it starts within yourself. So you got to block yourself to the point where you can't let anyone come in and steal that joy from you. Happiness and joy series are the best feelings for me. A lot of things that I would have gotten upset about years ago, now it's a joke for me to hear some of the things that people say. Even some of the things that I may think myself, it's a joke. Okay? It's a joke. But when it gets to this point, until you get to that point, you would have to deal with the criticism, the jealousy. Okay? Just know to deal with the feeling of love, of self-awareness, of self-happiness. And when you deal with self-criticism, like I said, it's okay, because you're going to fix that, because you're going to be honest with you. You're not talking, out of a negative place. You're criticizing yourself to the point where you want to turn things around. I used to talk to myself all the time. Okay, simply, even with food, you don't need to eat this. Okay? Spicy food I love, but spicy food hates me. But because I love it so much, I kept eating it. What happens out of that negative move? Acid reflux, upset stomach, tears in the lines of the stomach. I dealt with all kind of gastrological issues because I didn't want to stop eating the spicy food. But until it gets to that point where it's drastic, anything gets to the drastic point, that's when we tend to deal with it. But we already know what's right. So we got to deal with the feeling of doing what's right, being happy, being joyous, and continuing on our journey. So whatever your feelings are that you need to deal with today, deal with those, and it's okay. You deal with them. Don't give them to anyone else, because they're already dealing with their self-worth and their self-happiness, and they may not be where you are. They really probably may not understand. So they're going to come out of an opinionated space, and you don't need anyone else's opinions. You have your own, we have our own, and we need to focus on our own opinions for ourselves, because we know that they're what's best for us, and we can get the joy and the happiness out of whatever we decide to do. So think about what feelings you're dealing with today. Okay? Think about what feelings you're dealing with on your journey and focus on your feelings. Don't ignore your feelings by any means. If you get upset, deal with the upset. If somebody makes you upset, deal with that. A lot of people don't make me upset anymore because they know they will be dealt with. And that's just the way I am. But I do it out of love, but they understand when I'm done. So deal with it. Don't let anyone put you down. Please don't do that. Don't make jokes about yourself in crowds of people. Please don't do that. I've done that just for laughs. Get home and I'm like, they all laughed at me, and I even laughed myself. I feel like a heel. So please do not do that. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Don't let anyone steal your happiness. And don't let anyone stop you from making this journey a reality in your life. So it's okay to focus on those feelings today. It's best to focus instead of ignoring them, because if you ignore something, what happens? It grows. It grows into another deeper, harder feeling to deal with. And we don't want to deal with depression, anxiety, and all the other harsh feelings that we would have to deal with that would keep us definitely from reaching our goal. Okay, I have a quick quiz for you. It's just 3 questions. Just answer it to yourself. I'm not looking for a response unless you want to respond to it. So the first question is pertaining to your journey. What would happen to you and me? I'm going to just say you, talking to both of us. What would happen to you if you decided to stop your journey? What would happen to you in 6 months or a year from now? What would happen to you? Question number 2, what would your health look like in 6 months to a year if you decided today to quit your journey? Question number 3, all of the whys in your life, all of the whys you're doing this journey, the husband, the wife, the partner, the children, the grandkids, the dog, just your health. How would they suffer? How would they feel if you decided to quit your why and quit your journey, quit the journey, excuse me? How would your whys feel if you decided to quit your journey? How would they feel? What would happen to you? Why would you start a journey and then want to quit it? Like I said, I started Weight Watchers and stopped 3 times, but I never quit. The reason I say I never quit because I kept coming back. I knew that there is a redemption here. I kept coming back. So I didn't actually quit. To quit is to let go and stop. There are only 2 directions in life. A lot of people say there are 4. I say there are 2. Forward, backwards. Some people say the left and the right. I say eliminate the left and the right, and it's either forward or backwards. You're either going forward on your journey or you're going backwards. If you want to go to the left or the right, that's a turn. The left is here, the right is here. It's not straight way. That's a turn. So if you want to go backwards and you turn left, you can go forward. If you want to go forward and you turn right, you can go backwards. So I eliminate the turns. Eliminate the turns in your life. You go either forward or backwards, and hopefully it's forward. We got this, family. Love you guys. Remember to concentrate and focus on those feelings and deal with them. Even your happy ones, celebrate the happy feelings that you have and deal with the negative ones that you have. It's all about growth. It's all about growth, and it's all about success. Love you guys. Mean it. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. See you later. Bye.